Yo, so Andrew Tate just got dragged out of Miami in handcuffs, bro. No cap. And I'm not talking about some random TikTok rumor. This is real footage, real US Marshals, real charges. But here's the thing. It's not even the arrest that's the craziest part. Wait for it. Because buried in these new charges is one line that even Tate's own diehard fans can't defend. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're gonna understand why this arrest might be the one he can't tap dance his way out of. Okay, so let's back up. Andrew Tate has been dodging this for over a year, bro. Back when the UK first authorized charges against him and his brother Tristan, we're talking rape, human trafficking, controlling women for financial gain, Tate did what Tate does. He stayed out of reach, living in Dubai, living in Romania, bouncing between countries that either couldn't or wouldn't extradite him. And here's where it gets interesting. He eventually made his way to the US, and according to reports, he felt untouchable there, buying a reported $15 million penthouse in Miami, flying back and forth like nothing could touch him, because he had one thing going for him that he thought was bulletproof: his relationship with Donald Trump.
Both Tate brothers were just arrested in Miami. Now, before heading to the bare knuckle event that Andrew was co-hosting, the US Marshals pulled up on them and arrested them on the spot, and they were arrested because the United Kingdom has formally requested their extradition to face criminal charges. Now, they both are facing multiple charges, and you can read down below what they are. Obviously very serious allegations, and these are related to conduct that happened between 2010 and 2017, and this is separate from the long-running Romanian case that began in 2022, which they were allowed to travel after that. But the UK had an outstanding extradition request for both brothers, and they are obviously denying the allegations and intend to fight the charges, and are now expected to appear in federal court in Miami. I guess the Matrix is still after these guys.
So here's what actually happened. US Marshals rolled up on Andrew and Tristan Tate outside a bare-knuckle boxing event in Miami. Not Romania, not Dubai, Miami. And bro, the footage is wild. You can literally see Andrew trying to hand his phone off to his bodyguard as they close in on him. Officers say, "Would you mind signing?" And that's it. Cuffs go on. Now here's the part that matters. UK prosecutors, through the Crown Prosecution Service, confirmed a wave of new charges on top of the original ones. We're talking additional counts tied to trafficking for sexual exploitation, additional bodily harm charges, and here's where it gets crazy: new charges tied to indecent images of a child. Officials say the case now involves multiple alleged victims, and they're pushing hard for extradition back to the UK to face all of it.
Andrew and Tristan Tate have been arrested in Miami for additional charges. They have been charged with 32 new offenses, 19 relating to indecent images of a child and extreme P. Look, there's no one that can stand by these two at this point. Like, the level of charges is insane. That means they have seen evidence and they believe they can get a prosecution on 32 new offenses, 19 relating to indecent images of a child and extreme P. How on earth can you justify this in any way, shape, or form? How can the most avid streaming maniac believe that there is any good anywhere near here? It's absolutely insane. Look, the most important thing is I just want justice to be done so we can move on. I feel like we've had these weird villains that have been dominating the conversation around men and manosphere, and this has been given an example of what men get up to. But if you ever hear his story, it's so clear why he's become who he's become, and not as a justification, but as an understanding to the pipeline of these types of men. This guy wanted his daddy's approval for so long. He wanted his daddy's love, he wanted his daddy's support, and he never got it, and he turned into this.
Now, naturally, the internet lost it. You had creators who used to ride for Tate hard, guys like Sneeko, publicly saying they'd changed their mind, calling out the messaging Tate used to teach in his old courses as basically a blueprint for exploitation, word for word. Other commentators were more cautious, saying, look, everybody deserves due process. We don't convict people off headlines. And that's fair, bro. That's the responsible take. But even the guys who've defended Tate through basically everything were pausing on this one, because rape charges, trafficking charges, people had heard that before. This new stuff hit different. Tate himself, of course, came out swinging. He went live claiming the British government wouldn't even tell him who his accusers were.
Let me clear up this news you're seeing on the timeline. The British state has accused me of a crime. They said 15 years ago I did something I wasn't supposed to do and I'm a criminal. But they won't tell me who against. They won't tell me where it happened. They won't tell me when it happened. They just said, 15 years ago, you did a crime. And I said, okay, against who? We're not telling you in case you tweet it. Why would I tweet it? What are you talking about? Tell me who I committed this crime against so I can defend myself. Nope, we're not gonna let you defend yourself. You're accused of a crime, you're charged with a crime, we won't tell you who against. And I said, well then how do I put a defense together? And they said, well, if you come to England, we'll tell you. I said, sure, I'll come to England. No problem. All I wanna know is, can you guarantee I will not be remanded in custody? They said, no, we're not gonna guarantee you that. If you come to England, there's a strong chance you're gonna go to Belmarsh, remanded in custody for years, pre-trial.
But here's where it actually gets crazy, bro. Stay with me. Because Tate wasn't just living quietly in the US hoping nobody noticed him. Reports suggest that during his time in Romania, the Trump administration actually pushed to get his brother Tristan's travel ban lifted, which is part of how they ended up moving freely between Dubai and the United States in the first place. Tate had spent months publicly praising Trump, calling him the future of the Western world. He thought that relationship was his shield. And then, out of nowhere, federal marshals show up, and federal marshals show up and arrest him anyway. No warning. Just cuffs, on camera, outside a boxing event. And that's what's got everyone talking. If Trump's team had his back for almost a year, what changed overnight? A lot of people are pointing to one specific detail in these new charges: the counts tied to indecent images of a child. That's reportedly the line nobody in his corner wanted to defend. To be clear, these are still just allegations, but it's reportedly the detail that changed everything.
Hey everyone, we all know what happened today. Andrew Tate was arrested in Miami, and yes, he was wearing some nice capri pants. They're very tight, they're very snug, and he has some nice shoes on and a purple shirt. But guess what? There he is. I don't know where he stole this idea from, but there is a supermodel woman wearing the same exact clothes. This is absolutely incredible. I don't know what's going on here. Is that a he or a she? I can't figure it out, but there you have it, folks. Andrew Tate arrested in Miami. He was caught off guard. And yes, it doesn't look good for him or his brother. And there you have it. He's modeling women clothes, and I don't know what he was doing, walking around. I don't know if he was at a party or something, but this is incredible. And I think he's going over to the United Kingdom, and he's going to go there for a little while because he's in trouble. Adios, amigo.
But one thing's clear, no cap, Andrew Tate's luck just ran out in a Miami parking lot. Subscribe to stay locked in. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.